Ready to open the hood? UseTool for the tutorials.
And for car parts, the right idea is the Mr. Auto app.
You will find the bulk, brake discs, and pads used in the video exclusively on the Mr. Auto website and through the link in the description. Turn your engine off. Pull up the handbrake. Pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Open the brake fluid reservoir. Loosen the stud bolts on the front wheels. To change the discs and brake pads on your vehicle, you'll need to remove the wheels to gain full access. Lift the front of the vehicle. Place the vehicle on the axle stands. We strongly suggest watching our tutorial, raising your C4 too safely, before carrying out this step. You will then be able to take off the wheels. Don't forget to slide them under the vehicle. Turn the disc outwards. This will facilitate the process. Insert a flathead screwdriver to the outer extremity of the oblong hole located on the front of the brake caliper. Lift it off using the screwdriver as a lever by pulling it towards you. This will then push the piston in. To unblock the disc, insert a thin flathead screwdriver that can slip in between the two sides of the disc. It must be inserted in front of the caliper so that it can butt against it. Using a Phillips screwdriver, unscrew the disc retaining screws. Using a flathead screwdriver, lift the holding spring on the pads, then take it out. Make sure you keep a finger on the spring during the operation to avoid it jumping out. Tips: attach a piece of electrical cable or a piece of string to one of the coils on the suspension spring. Using a thin flathead screwdriver, remove the caps covering the slide pins. Using a ratchet, a bit socket, and a Torx T50 bit, undo the two slide pins. Finish unscrewing by hand. Remove the caliper. Remove the pad on the piston side. Remove the two slide pins from their slots. To avoid damaging the brake hose, attach it to the suspension using a cable you have already attached. Remove the pad located in the caliper mount. Using a socket wrench and an E16 female Torx socket, loosen the two screws that fasten the brake caliper mount.
Okay, guys, if we can share this video with you and help you save a lot of money, is also thanks to our partner, Mr. Auto. So, if you want to support us and buy the part for this operation, visit their website. Okay, back to work.
Depending on the state of the bolts on the brake caliper mount, it may be necessary to use a hammer to loosen them. Finish unscrewing by hand. Take off the brake caliper mount. Sometimes the disc may get stuck on the hub. If this happens, use a hammer to remove it. Finally, remove the disc. Clean the hub with a wire brush and brake cleaner. You will find the bulk parts and products used in the video on the Mr. Auto site and in the link in the description. Take the new brake disc. Before installing the new disc, it is vital to clean it using brake cleaner and paper towels to take of the storage paraffin. If your new disc is painted, you can place it directly onto the wheel hub. Install the new disc and screw the two fastening screws as much as possible. Using a wire brush, clean the brake caliper mount around the area where the pads will be placed. This will facilitate their installation. Apply Threadlocker to the two screws. Reassemble the brake caliper mount once again, starting the screwing process by hand and finishing with a socket wrench and a E16 female Torx socket to fix them in place. Finish off the tightening with a torque wrench. Take the new brake pads. Coat the end of the new pads with copper grease. Insert the new pad into the clevis by sliding it in. Take the caliper. Frequently, the technique used earlier to insert the piston into the caliper with a screwdriver will not be sufficient to fully insert the piston into the caliper. So, you will need to get a brake caliper windback tool. Put the pad in place on the piston side of the brake caliper. Apply Threadlocker to the 2 new screws. Put the brake caliper back in place and screw in the slide pins. Finish off the tightening with a torque wrench. Put the caps back in place, clipping them in as you do so. Don't forget to withdraw the electric cable or string that you attached to hold the caliper. Reuse the screwdriver technique to stop the rotation of the disc. This will allow you to fully tighten the fastening screws of said disc. Finalize the tightening of the screws with the torque wrench. Put the holding springs of the pads back in place. You can use a hammer to help you. Clean the disc with brake cleaner and a piece of tissue to remove the grease deposited when installing the new pads. You can now repeat the operation on the other side. Before starting your car, don't forget to screw the brake fluid stopper back in. Put the wheels of your vehicle back on and lower it to the ground. Be careful. Before using your vehicle again, start your car and pump the brake pedal a few times to bring the brake pads together again. Try to drive smoothly and avoid sudden braking for the first 50 kilometers or so to avoid glazing the new pads. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from UseTool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We would be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.